In this video, I'll explain what SQL injection is, describe some common example, explain how to find and exploit various kind of SQL injection vulnerabilities, and summarize how to prevent SQL injection. SQL injection is a web security vulnerability that allows an attacker to interfere with the queries that an application makes to its database. It generally allows an attacker to view data that they are not normally able to retrieve. This might include data belonging to other users or any other data that an application itself is able to access. In many cases, an attacker can modify or delete this data, causing persistent changes to the application's content or behavior. In such situation, attacker can escalate SQL injection attack to compromise underlying server or the other backend infrastructure or perform denial of service attack. A successful SQL injection attack can result in unauthorized access to sensitive data such as password, credit card detail, or personal user information. Many high-profile data breaches in recent years have been the result of SQL injection attack, leading to reputational damage and regulatory fines. In some cases, an attacker can obtain a persistent backdoor into an organization's system, leading to long-term compromise that can go unnoticed for extended period of time. There are wide variety of SQL injection vulnerabilities, attacks, and techniques which arise in different situations. Some common SQL injection example include retrieving the hidden data where you can modify SQL query to return additional result. Subverting application logic where you can change the query to interfere with application's logic. Union attack where you can retrieve data from different database tables. Examining the database where you can extract information about the version and structure of the database. And blind SQL injection where result of a query you control are not returned in an application's response. Consider a shopping application that displays product in different categories. When user click on gifts category, the browser requests the URL. This causes the application to make an SQL query to retrieve detail from the relevant product from the database. This causes an application to make SQL query to retrieve details of a relevant product from the database. The SQL query asks the database to return all details from the product table where categories is gift and released is one. The restriction released is one is being used to hide the product that are not released. The application doesn't implement any defense against SQL injection attacks, so an attacker can construct an attack like this to create a resultant SQL query into select star from product where categories is equal to gift and comment out and released is equal to 1. The key thing here is the double dash sequence. Double dash is a comment indicator in SQL and means that the rest of the query is interpreted as a comment, and this effectively removes the remainder of the query and is no longer includes and released is equal to 1. This means that all the products are displayed including unreleased product. Going further, an attacker can cause application to display all product from any category, including category that they don't know about. You just have to write a URL like this. This will result in the SQL query a select star from product where categories is equal to gift or 1 is equal to 1. The modified query will return all item where the category is gift or 1 is equal to 1. Since 1 is equal to 1 is always true, the query will return all the items. This lab contains an SQL injection vulnerability in product category filter. Where user selects a category, the application carries out an SQL query like select star from product where categories is equal to gift and released is equal to 1. To solve the lab, we have to perform an SQL injection attack that causes the application to display the detail of all project in any category, both released and unreleased. Okay. So we first start by clicking on accessories and see what kind of URL it gives us. Now let's just put a single inverted comma and double dash. If yes, now it is showing us the hidden items too. Like before this, it was showing us only 3 items, and after we put an inverted comma and double dash, the hidden items, which is six pack beer belt, is available. Now, to actually display all products in any category, both released and unreleased, we have to write an statement which is always true. So we will use or statement to add on an always true statement. You can say, you can call this statement 2 is equal to 2, or 1 is equal to 1, or 0 is equal to 0. It is your wish. I'll write 1 is equal to 1, and then I will press enter. Now it is showing me all the products in every categories, irrespective of they are released or unreleased. Okay. Consider an application that lets users log in with username and password. If a user submits username Williams and password Blue Cheese, the application checks the credential by performing the following SQL query. Select star from users where username is equal to Williams and password is equal to Blue Cheese. If the query returns the detail of the user, then login is successful. Otherwise, it is rejected. Here, an attacker can log in as any user without a password simply by using SQL command sequence to remove the password check from the where clause of the query. For example, submitting the username administrator, single quote, double dash, and a blank password result in the following query. Select star from users where username is equal to administrator and then and password will be commented out. This query returned the user whose username is administrator and successfully logs the attacker into that user. This lab contains an SQL injection vulnerability in login function. To solve the lab, we have to perform an SQL injection attack that logs into the application as administrator user. First, we will click on the login button to try to log in the account. Now let us find out what kind of function this website is using, get function or a post function to in the login form. So type out any username and any password and click login. If you cannot see anything in the URL, then that means that the form that you are currently using is using post function. Now let us use the method that we just learned in subverting the application logic. So we will use administrator. We will type administrator, a single quote, and then double dash, and then try to log in. Now this form requires us to fill the password. Now we can fill password with anything we want as it has already been commented out in SQL section. So type anything and then type login. Click on login, and here we got access to administrator using SQL injection. The majority of SQL vulnerabilities can be found quickly and reliably using web vulnerability scanners like OWASP Zap, Burp Suite Web Vulnerability Scanner, or SQL Map. The SQL injection can be detected manually using a systematic set of tests against every point in an application. This typically involves submitting a single quote character and look for the error or other anomalies. Submitting some SQL specific syntax that evaluate to the base original value of the entry point and to a different value and look for a systematic difference in resulting application and responses. Submitting a boolean condition such as or 1 is equal to 1 or 1 is equal to 2 and look for differences in the application's response. Submitting payload designed to trigger time delays when executed within an SQL query and look for differences in the time taken to respond. Submitting OAST payload designed to trigger out-of-band network interaction when executed within an SQL query and monitoring for any resulting interactions. Most SQL injection vulnerabilities arises within where clause of a select query. This type of SQL injection generally well understood by experienced testers, but SQL vulnerability can in principle occur at any location within the query and within different query types. The most common other location where SQL injection arises are the update statement within the updated value or the where clause, the insert statement within the inserted value, the select statement within the column or table or column name, or in order by clause. Most instances of SQL injection can be prevented using parameterized queries, also known as prepared statement, instead of string concatenation within a query. The following code is vulnerable to SQL injection because the user input is concatenated directly into the query. This code can be easily rewritten in a way that prevents the user input from interfering with the query structure. The parameterized queries can be used for any situation where the untrusted input appear as the data within the query, including the where clause and the values in an insert and update statement. They can't be used to handle the untrusted input in other parts of the query, such as table or column name or order by clause. Application functionality that places the untrusted data into those part of the query will need to take a different approach, such as whitelisting the permitted input values or using different logic to deliver required behavior. For a parameterized query to be effective in preventing SQL injection, the string that is used in the query must always be hard coded constant and must never contain any variable data from any origin. Do not be tempted to decide case by case whether do not be tempted to decide case by case whether an item of data is trusted, and continue using string content concatenation within the query for the cases that are considered safe. It is all too easy to make mistake about the possible origin of data or for change in other code to violate assumption about what data is tainted. In this video, I didn't talk about blind SQL injection or union based SQL injection because they need their own video. So do subscribe to my channel for more videos, and don't forget to leave a like on this video if you learned something new or you liked what you heard. And if you have any questions, comment them in the comment section below.